Good afternoon, guys. So, in this video, we're going to see on the chapter of material requirement planning. Right. So, material in this chapter, I'm going to cover three things. One is product structure, time phase structure, and material requirement plan. Okay. So, before I go on with the product structure, let us look at the definition of MRP. So, if you can see here, for independent demand, we use EOQ to determine how much to order and when to order. So for dependent demand, the technique we use for dependent demand is one of the techniques is material requirement planning. Okay, so before after this, let us go to the product structure. For product structure, I want you to go through this example first. Read first this example. Okay, just go through this. So this company now is going to develop a speaker kits. Okay, this is speaker kit company packages. They're going to come out with some sort of awesome speaker, something like that. Okay, so for them to develop one awesome speaker A, okay, they put it as A here. They need two B's and three C's. B and C's are components of A. Okay, and then for each B it consists 2D and 2E. So again D and E is a component of B, and it goes on until C, F, E, and all these things. So for us to get a good picture on this, okay, good summary on this, we need to put this in terms of networking graph. That is called product structure. Okay, that is called product structure. So if you look at that, okay, component A need B and C. Okay, that's how they come out, B and C. And the number in the bracket here is the number of component, the subcomponent needed for us to develop the A. So for us to develop, so build the A, okay, we need 2 units of B and 3 units of C. Same goes for here. If I want to develop B, okay, we want to come out with B, I need 2D and 2E, and same thing 2E and 2F, and for me to make F I need 1G and 2D. So this is product structure. So it looks like a networking, okay, kind of tree diagram. Okay, all right. After product structure, I'm going to go through time phase structure. Okay, so time phase structure is whenever they give you a lead time, to make the product. I suppose we went through this, what is lead time. Okay, the time taken for you to get the product, or they get the component, or time for you to process or produce the thing. Okay, time for you to prepare to get the thing. Okay, the component. So time phase, for us to develop a time phase structure, I would like to go through this one. Okay, time phase structure. This was the product structure. So time phase structure is as though you make this. Can I rotate this? Yeah, rotate. If I rotate this like this 90-degree, you will get a time phase structure here. You can see the resemblance. Okay, the bottom and top part. Okay, so some sort of you are rotating. I'm going to rotate back. So when you rotate, okay, 90-degree clockwise, you will get a diagram like this here, like this here. Okay, you can see this in your book also. I just cut it off. You can see here this one like this, but I need some information. I need to explain, that's why I put it like this. So once you get this, you start from the bottom here, okay, G and maybe D. So for G they need 2 weeks, so you start from 1 2 3. G need 2 weeks, okay, that's how you draw. And then for D it needs 1 week, so you put the line here. Okay, you can easily see this, how to develop a time phase structure, and all together is 8 weeks. So within 8 weeks your product A, the speaker, awesome speaker, is done. You can develop that. So the time needed to prepare for D is 1 week, time needed for prepare G is 2 weeks. So the lead time is here. You can easily see this and develop the time phase. Okay, now this is time phase. After this we are going for material requirement planning. Okay, for material requirement planning, we need to know how much to order before we go on material requirement planning. Okay, we need to know how much to order each component. Okay, let's say, okay, this is material requirement planning here. Material requirement plan. Okay, the first material requirement plan, we go by gross material requirement plan. Let's say I need 50 speaker here. If I need 50 speaker here, we know that one awesome speaker A need 2 B. So if I need 50 here, you multiply by 2, you need 100 B. That's how they come out with this one. Okay, for C you need to multiply by 3, so you get 150. That is the number here. So like that you can see all these numbers part by part. Okay, for D, okay, for one component B we need 2D, so you multiply, you get 200. So D you can yeah, here 200. And then there's another one here, D, for D. In this case is 200. And here F, for us to build up the F, you multiply by 2, you get 300 here. And then there's another D here, okay. For you to develop the F, one F need 2D, so you multiply again by 2, you get 600. So you plus all together, you get 800. So the number of D's you can see here. Okay, you can see here. The same goes for E and same goes for G and F, all these things. So when you come out with these numbers and you want to put it in a table nicely to see all, that is known as gross material requirement plan. So this is the table here. Alright, so at this point here, A, you need 50 at the end of 8 week. Okay, week 8 here, end of week 8 here. Let me use different color. Okay, end of week 8 here, you need 50. So I'm going to put a 50 here. Okay, you have put a 50 here. But then for you to get the 50 here, that is a required date. Required date is at the end of week 8 you should have 50. But then when you going to start assemble the A, when you going to start assemble from here onwards, which is week 7. So order release date is the date where you start assemble your speaker. That is 50. You start here 50 units, so you end up here 50. Okay, now for B, required date is when you require, that is 7. So required date is 7. So but when you start assembling is, you can see here, 5. Okay, start assemble is 5. And for C, when you required, okay, required date for C is 7. When you start assemble, 6. So like that you can see E, there's a two part E. One is one unit, 300 units for this one. Required date is 300, and when you start assemble, that is week 4 for the 300, week 4 here. And there's another one for E. Where is it? Here. Required date is fifth week, and when you start assemble, 3rd week, and so on. You can see. Okay, this is gross material planning plan. How much you need on time and when you start assembling all these things. All right. Now after gross material requirement plan, we are going for a requirement plan whereby you need you have hands-on. Okay, what if you already have that item with you on that day? So you need, if you don't have anything, then you have to develop 50 speaker. But what if in your inventory you already have 20 speakers, so you only need to develop 30 speaker. For that 30 speaker, how much? Because if you change the main item here, the rest will be reduced. Okay, because others all a subcomponent of the main item. So when they say this I reduce by 40, then if I reduce this by 40, then this one I no need 100, I just need 80, because remember B is twice the A, so everything by reduce by accordingly. So for us to see this clearly, let us go through this table here. Now you can see here, item A, we already have 10. The company already have 10 on hand. So these are the thing you have to put in a table. This is thing. Okay, we are now doing material requirement plan whenever you have on hand inventory or net material requirement, we call it. So gross requirement, just now we saw that week 8 is 50. Okay, but then you projected on hand, I mean all the way, you already every week you already have 10 here, 10 item on the hand in the inventory. So you can put 10 all the way until week 8, and then minus 50 minus 10, you get 40 here. So all you need is net requirement is 40, so all you need is 40 units only. Okay, so you plan, order, receive 40. Okay, you need only 40, and then start assemble at week 7, only 40. Okay, now since you only need 40 here, remember we have to multiply for us to get the requirement plan for B. Now changes the previous one. Just now we need 50, assemble 50, and then B we need 100, because we have to multiply by 2. This one multiply by 2. Now is not the case anymore, because we only need 40, so we multiply by 2. B only needed 80. This A here is indicating that what is the source for our B. Okay, the B, this 80 units goes for A here. Okay, now we only need 80 here, but then in B we already have on hand 15 units on our inventory. So same thing what we did for A, all the way put 15 until week 7, minus net requirement is 65, you order 65, and you assemble 65 here, that is week 5. Okay, the what is the time for order and receipt is almost the same thing with gross and just now, the one we saw just now here, this one, or required date and order release date is the same thing. Okay, follow that. And then this is B, and then C also, I think we need have to multiply by, this is multiply by 2 and this is multiply by 3, so we need 120, but then on hand we already have 20. Okay, on hand we already have 20, so all the way you put 20 minus all you need is 100, so order 100 and then start assemble 100 from week 6, because I think you only need the lead time is only 1 week. Okay, the rest is also the same thing, you can see. So that's how it goes. E, F, D and G, the same idea, all the same idea. Okay, so this is called net material requirement plan whenever you have hands-on inventory. Okay, on hand inventory, sorry, not hands-on. Sometimes the question may ask, just write this table. Okay, it need not be you have to start from the very beginning until the end. Maybe the question may ask you somewhere here, so you need to know how much you need to your gross requirement based on the previous parents. Okay, we call it parents. The top one is parents, down one is children. Based on the parents, you find out how much is the gross requirement, and then you just do this one, enough for you. Okay, let's say they ask only G, so you find out this one, the gross requirement based on the parents requirement, from on that thing you just tabulate this information, and that is sufficient. Okay, so that is regarding product structure, time phase structure, and also material planning when on hand inventory is available. You can see that you can do some exercise here. There's exercise related problem, you can do any of the exercise here. The answer for even number is given. Odd number, you can, once you're done for odd number, maybe you can give it to me for me to check before the exam. And also here also there is some exercise. Okay, each and every example, after example here, each and every example you can see learning related problems. You can try to do these problems, and I think there's another one here. This is the related problems. Try to do and understand these three concepts for you to prepare for your final. Okay, that is regarding MRP. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you. I'll see you in our next chapter then.